Hello. Here follows a description of my experience at Serpent Mound, Ohio, in August of the year 2023. Serpent Mound is an ancient earthwork built by native peoples in the shape of a winding snake with a coiled tail. An arrow shape at the tip of the head points toward the rising sun on the day of summer solstice. The mouth of the snake appears wide open as it begins to swallow an egg-shaped form. Some see this as symbolic of the cycle of regeneration, as the sun appears to be eaten by the moon during an eclipse, then reappearing. As I went into my standing meditation standard form, I found the energy resisting my normal upward sweep of hands to pull earth chi up to my dantian, located in my lower abdomen. Noticing the resistance, I tried again. Sweeping with my hands downward and palms facing one another, I collected the chi and began an upward motion with palms facing up, only to feel resistance once again. Being a good student of following the energy, I complied to the natural flow of chi at the head of Serpent Mound, which was downward into the earth. My hand direction changed as they floated up the sides of my torso to the level of my upper chest, whereby they were redirected downwards to the central channel of my body along the sternum, with the backs of the hands facing one another. I followed the tactile flow of energy to my lower abdomen, where another mild surprise was encountered. Instead of pausing to collect the chi in the dantian as expected, the energy flow continued downward through my legs and into the earth to subterranean levels. Visualizing my arms extending beyond their physical limit, I followed the chi with my mind in concert with a tactile sense of extending my arms deeper into the earth. Soon I found myself encountering a deep reservoir of water, an underground cave with a pool of water fed by a spring. At the bottom of this pool of energy, my energy hands found a diamond shaped rock. Tuning into my vision center between the eyebrows, I saw the face of a snake appear to me. Welcome to Serpent Spring. I am the spirit of Serpent Mound and the guardian of all rivers, lakes, springs, and waterways, both above and below the surface in this region known as Ohio. This is the land of sacred water, the name given by the Seneca peoples, Ojai, Great, and Yo, River. Even to this day, the people of the Ohio River Valley understand the meaning and purpose of this land. Travel with me to learn of your own journey through the waterways of your life. I felt the cold water engulf my body as I reached down and felt for the diamond shaped rock, which was the contact point for the spirit of Serpent Mound. As the palm of my hand made contact with the top angle of the diamond, a shot of electricity coursed through my body, and this is where the journey began. I found myself boxed in by four large stones and one above me. Underwater, I believed that oxygen was limited and began to feel the signs of panic, heart rate increasing, and muscles tightening. As my body began to shake with fear, I realized that oxygen was not necessary, as this was some type of out of body experience I was having, somewhere between a lucid dream and the deep breath of Qigong. As my body signs relaxed, I saw a glimmer of light through a crack in the rock cell I had found myself in. Realizing I could slip through the crack of light easily in my energy body, I came into a room made of stone. The flat, smooth floor was wet but not slippery. It was simple, with a low platform and two tall candle holders to frame the body of the teacher, who was amphibious in appearance. You have come here out of curiosity, as it is time for the ancient mysteries of the past to be applied to the current predicament that humankind now finds itself in. Did you know that there are types of plants, you may know them as seaweed or cochayuyo, that can be developed fully as biodegradable plastic, and that they can be developed to grow in complete sheets of convenient sizes and shapes in laboratories? Simply programming the normal growth of patterns of certain sea plants with adapted DNA can achieve these results. The mechanisms and physics of all materials, including fuel, comes from nature. After all, plastic comes from petroleum, which is created by deep pressure under the earth. The problem is the physics of deconstruction. What you call waste or byproduct is harmful to the existing systems of life. What is needed is the application of active intelligence to adapt the systems of nature. The answer is one additional step into the mind of nature in order to solve this riddle. But the riddle that you must solve yourself is what lies within the minds of humans. Your fear based belief of yourself being your physical body has brought you to this point. Anxiety and pressure put on the biological system that you call a body is only that created by your own false belief that there exists no other form of intelligent expression of life. When you realize that you were experiencing being trapped underwater in your energy body, you found it easy to escape through a mere crack of light into this room. Now that your fear has brought you here, it is time to explore deeper into your own subconscious mind and see what lies beneath. The subterranean world has many truths and insights to reveal. Consider the amphibious mind with reptilian skin. This form of life can exist in extreme situations without harm. Here, darkness and cold hold the form together. Heavy things are called to density through the magnetic force of gravity. Rich, thick, rich, and cold, this material is fed from below by the minerals brought to it by dark water. See yourself as a rock sitting on the floor of a deep lake, silent and safe from all torment on the surface. Your mind is content in the knowing that all material necessary to maintain existence is provided easily within reach. There is always sufficient material available from which to create your expression and manifestation of life. To be able to harvest plant life from the bottom of the pond or lake, consider the bottom feeders. They are able to consume small bites of green energy and pass it through their digestion. That which is not used is passed out as nourishment to fertilize the earth with new growth. Consider and develop your ability to utilize the most basic elements of your life with efficiency. Harmonizing and integrating effective components as building blocks from base elements is the lesson of the subterranean reptilian. Consider how you apply this keen sense of focus on basic needs every day of your life. Looking for a parking spot or comparing prices and quality of goods at the grocery store are two examples. Perhaps larger projects are put into play, buying property, placing market investment, or looking for a social or business partner also involve a reptilian sense of acute focus on a goal. This acute focus is always accompanied with a very heightened sensing for danger in the external environment. Some may refer to this as a fight or flight response that is pre programmed into our autonomic nervous system. The ability to refine this self preservation mechanism so that it does not rob your autonomy of choice where reacting to stimuli is concerned is of great importance in personal and spiritual development. Overreactivity to any external situation is always rooted in past experience or social programming. One must continually refine and redefine what is or is not a threat and be in conscious choice and thus be responding, not reacting within every situational development presented. As the amphibious lecturer was coming to a conclusion with this message, a beam of light entered the stone room from a crack in the corner where two stone walls were joined. A golden eagle descended through the crack and alighted upon the cold, wet stone. The amphibious guide, having come to a silent, conclusive pause, mentioned the eagle. He does not have predilection to spend much time in the dark, wet, and cold. Eagle Guide beckoned, so I jumped on his back. My energy body embraced his first thoracic vertebra area, where the neck joins with the shoulders. As there were no handles or reins to hold on, I grasped two fistfuls of feathers as we rocked side to side up and out of the underwater classroom. Breaking the surface of the water from below, the golden bird became rocket like. I pressed my torso into the neck, dug my heels into the front shoulders, and tightened my grasp on the feathers I had managed to garner during the initial contact of this hurried departure. The surface feathers that felt stiff and brittle, somewhat like a fish's scales, except longer, of course. I quickly learned that they grow in one direction and was pointedly reminded not to explore counterflow, where the outer level of feathering was concerned. Being able to synchronize energetically with the golden eagle guide, our compressed bodies became as a missile, and we blasted through the compression of linear time. At a certain point, Golden Eagle guides slowed the ascent and initiated a large curve of descent, flattening off at a level just below the clouds. Soon Turtle Island, the Earth, and the great river Ohio came into view. Golden Eagle described the transition within the body of land and water from above. In still or slow moving water, gestation occurs. Thoughts and ideas mix with past experiences to codify into long chain products of information. This adheres to the mud of the lake and is activated through interactions with electrical carriers of sun, such as snake or eel. Sedentary thoughts become awakened beliefs, which motivate and drive behaviors from the unconscious to the subconscious levels. When subconscious beliefs are sufficiently coalesced through the successive layers of encasement of mud and nourishment from silt, activation is expressed through autonomous movement. This results in a transition from lake bed of cold and dark to riverbanks steeped in mud and bathed in sun. The reptile, snake, and lizard are the ones able to bring this consciousness through the deep and extended period of gestation to manifestation. The fishes of lake, river, and pond are bringers of light and are not of the bottom dwellers of whom we speak. Golden Eagle continued. The great fishes of the ocean, whale, porpoise, and dolphin, are powerful activators of interstellar light and carry the material of cosmic synchronicity. Through their movements and migrations, they balance, adjust, amplify, and focus the electromagnetic grid of Turtle Island. They are part of a powerful superconsciousness which connects and regulates this world with cosmic forces. The lake and stream fishes, however, are brain food. They are manifestations of refracted light, as moonbeams dance on gentle wavelets in a stream or pond, or sunlight reflects the surface of dancing water. Fish scales are light reflectors also. This all works to stimulate your vision center to bring about inspired ideas and open channels to higher mind. The meat of fish bring this energy into your biology. Golden Eagle Guide paused his lecture so that I could take in the meaning of his words more fully. As we continued our flight, the Ohio River and its land transition spread out below us. As we shifted into timeless awareness, the history of human interaction phased into view. Mound builders organized their clusters according to nature, practical needs, and archetypal symbols that served to expand their consciousness. Fort Ancient Culture, preceded by Adena, located the meteor strike that scarred the Earth with alien minerals from millions of miles and millions of years distant. Earth's reception of the cosmic dance brought implosion deep into the substrata of her nourishing layer. An expulsive reaction occurred. As the peripheral ring stayed deep, the central core exploded and pushed upward, achieving an elevation higher than that of the original valley floor. The resultant island, surrounded by a circular canyon, serves to this day as an access point from surface consciousness of light and shadow to the mystery of the depths below. Serpent Mound not only points out our necessary connection to cyclic cosmic time, but also to the mystery within the earth and its connection to our own subconscious mind. As you are all but a mix of mind and matter, give yourself the time and opportunity of revelation from nature, cosmic alignment, and your own inner mystery of soul. Golden Eagle imparted these words as he deposited me on the elliptically shaped egg being swallowed by the snake of Serpent Mound.